First of all, good afternoon, all the people who came to this session. And here I will be going to explain you about the main tools like MS Visio, Balsamiq, and Azure RP. So in this, I will be going to explain in detail. So like why a BA need to use these tools and how you will be going to use these tools practically. I will be going to show you like what is like where you will be going to use mostly these tools and for what purpose also I will be going to explain in detail. Okay, so first of all we need to start from the scratch, right? So first I will be going to discuss about a BA. Okay, so who is this BA? Business analyst. So this business analyst, he will be going to be hacked like a he will be going to be act like a bridge between he will be going to act like a bridge between the client and the organization. Okay, so whatever the organization is there, it is like a like tech team. Okay, so in a simple way, the client will be going to be give the requirements. Okay, and BA will be going to be note down those requirements, and he will be going to understand the requirements, and then he will be going to make understand to the organizational technical team, right? So the BA, he will be going to gather the requirements, okay, and analyze those requirements, okay, and then we will be going then he will be going to make understand to the organizational technical team. Okay, so the technical team means like all the people will be going to be included, like developers, testing team, all the people, like he need to understand, like make understand in a clear way, right? So here a BA, after gathering the requirements by using the elicitation techniques. So there are few elicitation techniques. He will be going to be use this elicitation techniques and gather the requirements and analyze properly those requirements, and then he will be going to be document the requirements. Okay, so he will be going to gather the requirements, gathering requirements, and analyzing the requirements. So in this analyzing part, so after analyzing part, he will be going to prepare the documents like BRD, BCD, okay, and FRD and SRS, like this. Like BRD, business requirement document, and business case document, and functional requirement document, and software requirement specification document. Okay, this kind of documents he will be going to prepare to make understand to the technical team, right? So every time, like if for example you all are BS, okay, you think one of you you came up with one project to me, so I am the technical team, you think about that. So you have given a document, okay, so you will be going to use the document called like a BRD, FRD, and SRS. So you will be going to tell me that read this document and develop one application, means in that situation, so I will be not going to understand anything. And every time if I need anything, so I will be going to refer to the document. So it might be take some time, like more time to complete the project, right? So in this situation, okay, so in this situation, the BA, he will be going to modeling the requirements. So modeling the requirements is nothing but he will be going to use this UML diagrams, okay, and he will be going to create the wireframes, okay, and mockups and prototyping. Okay, so this UML diagrams. So he will be going to use this UML diagrams like use case diagram, activity diagram, and he will be going to create the wireframes. So the visual representation, like first of all, what is modeling requirements is nothing but it is visual representation to make understand to the technical team. Okay. it is a visual representation to make understand to the technical team. So when compared to explaining like without showing all these things, you will be not going to get understand anything about this main tools. So now I am clearly explaining by writing down in a one document called like Word document. So I am representing this and I am explaining. So you will be going to understand somewhat, right? If you miss one part also, you will be going to understand. Okay, so modeling requirements means visual representation like that, right? So in the same way, to make understand to the technical team, we will be going to do create the this wireframes, mockups, prototype, and we'll be going to draw this UML diagrams like use case and the activity diagrams. Okay, so these are very and most important things a BA need to do. Okay, so every time a BA will be not going to be writing down. Developers will be going to be writing down all the things, right? So reading out the documents and preparing the application, developing an application. So it will be going to take lot of time to them, right? So to avoid that, we will be going to create the visual representation that's called modeling the requirements. Okay, so this is most and important topics we are going to learn here. Okay, so let's start with just a minute, just give me a minute. I need to see Ankit, please you just erase the those things. Okay, yeah, just give me a minute. I will be going to set this settings. Yeah, thank you. I just selected all the things, like I've changed the settings. Thank you for your patience. So here, first of all, we will be going to learn about the UML diagrams. So why this UML diagrams and for what purpose a BA will be going to learn about this UML diagrams and where we will be going to draw this UML diagrams in detail. Okay. So first of all, what is UML diagram? So what is mean by UML? So UML is like Unified Modeling Language. Okay. So UML means Unified Modeling Language. Okay, so in this unified modeling language, so there are two types of diagrams are there. Okay, so one is about static diagrams, and the other one is dynamic diagrams. Okay, so here in this UML diagram we are having two types of diagrams. One is static and the other one is dynamic. So there will be 9 diagrams will be going to be there. So 5 belongs to static. Okay, so 5 belongs to static, and coming to this dynamic, we are having 4 kind of diagrams. Okay, so in this static we are having use case. Okay, and next is about class, and next is component state diagram, and next is package collaboration, and next is deployment. Okay, and coming to this dynamic, we are having sequence. Okay, and next is activity, and we are having state chart. Okay, and the other one is collaboration. Okay, so these 9 diagrams will be going to be available in the unified modeling language. So unified modeling language, it is a visual representation of requirements which we have gathered, okay, to make understand to the tech team. Okay, so we will be going to visually represent whatever the requirements we have gathered to make understand to the technical team by using these kind of diagrams. So for BA, these 9 diagrams are important means no. This BA will be going to be draw only 2 kind of diagrams, that is like a use case diagram. Okay, this use case diagram, and next is activity diagram. Okay, only these 2 diagrams will be going to be drawn by the BA, and the sequence diagram we need to understand only, like it is like a view purpose, like we will be going to be understand whatever the sequence diagram is, but we will be not going to be draw that diagram, but we need to know about the sequence diagram. This will be going to be drawn by the developers team. Okay, so this diagram will be going to be drawn by the developers team. Okay, but we will be going to be look into that, and we will be going to understand what the developers team trying to explain us. Okay, and here I will be going to explain you in detail about the use case diagram and the activity diagram. Okay, so coming to this use case diagram, so this use case diagram is nothing but it is a UML diagram which is used to show how a actor or else user is interacting with the system. Okay, so we will be going to show how the actor or this user, how an actor or else user is interacting with the system. Okay, and we can say this will be going to be in user perspective. Okay, so use case diagram, it is a UML diagram which is used to show how an actor or else user is interacting with the system in a user perspective. Okay, so we will be going to show like whatever the user is there, how we will be going to be interacting with the system. For example, here we will be going to take one example about one application. So many of the people you will be going to like use this Instagram, right? So here every time when you are logging into like if you are a new user to the Instagram, so what you will be going to do first, you will be going to register to that Instagram. So the Instagram will be going to be like when you downloaded the Instagram, so okay, so now you are a user. So what are the things you will be going to do, what the system will be going to be provided means, first the system will be going to be provided for you about this registration part, about your name you need to enter and your email or else in like your phone number and your username and then the password and the date of birth. All these details if you filled, then only it will be going to be registered to that Instagram. And later on if it if you registered successfully, then later on you will be going to get a login credentials, like with your username and password. You can enter into that Instagram and you can use the Instagram. So here the system is providing something to you. You are the user, you are entering some details into that system, like into that system, right? So in the same way, like we will be going to show that flow to the developers. So when they are installed that application, when they have opened that application, so they need to get this kind of details. The user, they need to get these kind of details, and user should able to enter the details of his or her, then he can register successfully, right? So in the same way, we will be going to show this to the development team. Okay, so if you have documented all the things, so the developers will be going to be somewhat confused about what kind of things they need to do. So if you have shown in this way some visually, so they will be going to understand what they need to do. Okay, so here in this use case diagram, so we will be going to use some components. Okay, so we will be going to use some components here in the use case diagram. So the components are like actors, use case, and then system boundary and relations. Okay, so here in the actors, so there are two kind of actors are there. There are like one is primary actor and the second one is secondary actor. Okay, and in the use cases, we will be going to have the essential use case and supporting use case. Okay, and system boundary, it will be going to be one, and in the relations we will be going to have like include and extend and generalization, and next one associate lines, or else we can call them as communication lines. Okay, so first of all, the actor means the user. He will be going to interact with the system, right? So in this actors also there are like a primary actor and the secondary actor. So this primary actor will be going to be initiate the task, and the secondary actor, he will be going to be support that actor. Okay, for example, like I will be going to tell you about this. So you think that this is like our COEPD. Okay, so here you will be going to log in with your credentials. Okay, you will be going to have your credentials, and if you will be going to enter these credentials, when you click on that login, then only you will be going to enter in your like system, like whatever the things like dashboard or else any other things, right? So here I just want to mention that you will be going to enter the details, like you are the initiating, you will be going to one who will be going to initiate this, right? So there will be going to be a primary actor, you will be going to be considered as a primary actor. Okay, so the one who will be going to initiate the task, they will be going to called as primary actors. And coming to the secondary actor, they will be going to support to complete the task. Okay, so like here the secondary actor, it will be going to be a person, or else it will be going to be a admin, like database admin, or else OS admin, like admins, like or either it will be going to be a system, or else it will be going to be a person. Okay, whereas the primary actor, he will be going to be a user. Okay, so the person who will be going to initiate, then he will be going to be called as a primary actor. So in this, I'm asking about now in Instagram. Okay, so you think that Instagram, so here you will be going to get to register. Okay, so like I open this Instagram, so registration, this registration process I will be going to do, right? So in this registration process, there will be like username, password, and like email, right? Then like I will be going to be consider like mobile number, right? So here, who will be going to be? the primary actor in this situation. So now I open this Instagram. Okay. So now I open this Instagram. Okay. So this is what about the Instagram. So who will be going to be entering these details, and who will be going to be responsible when I click on this login button? I will be going to enter into the Instagram. So who will be going to be responsible? Anyone? Yeah. Yeah, people, you need to answer like if you are interacting only, you will be going to get. Okay, all our people are mentioning user. Yeah, user will be going to enter, but user means who? Like I will be going to user, right? So what I am, like I'm a primary actor or a secondary actor, and who will be going to be secondary actor? Yeah, thank you for all the people responding. Okay, so here the user will be going to be the primary actor, and the secondary actor, he will be going to be that Instagram database admin. Okay, because here when we are logging into this Instagram means already we have an account, so we will be going to already register to that Instagram, right? So like when we have registered to that Instagram, they will be going to know our details. So when we are entering the username and the password, he will be going to fetch the details whether these details are correct or not, and he will be going to like he will be going to send us to move forward to use that Instagram application. If it is like we if we are entered the wrong credentials, okay, so something wrong credentials I have entered and I have clicked login, so it will be not going to be login, right? So in the same way we will be going to do it. Okay, so like this there will be a secondary actor and the primary actors. Okay, and coming to this essential and supporting use cases, like first of all, the actors will be going to be users, right? So it will be going to be represented like a human structure, one like stick man. Okay, so I will be going to show you when we are using this MS Visio. Okay, so for drawing this use case and activity diagrams, we will be going to use this MS Visio. So when we are using the tool, I will be going to explain, like I will be going to show you about this actor, how it will be going to looks like. And coming to this use cases. So this use cases, it will be going to be represented in oval shape. Okay. So here there are two types of use cases I've explained, right? So the essential use case, it will be going to be a main task what we need to do, and supporting use case says means like what are the tasks which we will be going to do. These use cases will be going to support the main task. So here let's consider this registration and the username and password, all the things. So this registration, it will be going to be considered as essential use case because the registration is the main task, and to complete this registration, these all are considered as supporting use cases. Okay, so this registration will be going to be comes under essential use case, and all these username, password, email, mobile number, they will be going to be considered as supporting use case. So in the same way, for the same Instagram, so here I will be going to mention as login. Okay, so for example, you take this COEPD only. So this username, password, and I have mentioned here both the things, right? So in this COEPD, username and password. So in this three, what it will be going to be private, like essential use case and supporting use case. Anyone from you? So what is the main task in this login, like username and password, and what are this supporting use case? Yeah, thank you, Ajay. So remaining people, yeah, username and password are supporting. Yeah, thank you for responding. All the people like Keer- Kirti Sharma and Santosh and Ajay. Thank you for responding. and the other one, so Naman. So you can use draw.io also, but we will be going to explain MS Visio. So we will be going to install that MS Visio for everyone. If it is not installed, so you can use draw.io. So like the Mac users who are there, we can't install those MS Visio version for that Mac users. So Mac is not supporting this MS Visio, like whatever the credentials we have for like premium version. So you can use draw.io. The same features will be going to be there. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So thank you, man, for your reply. And Rishiraj, like if you want to know about all this installing, like again, you need to attend for the nurturing. Okay, you attend for the nurturing tomorrow. You will be going to understand how what they will be going to install and all the things. Yeah. So now, like you got right, what is essential and what is supporting and primary and secondary, right? So in the same way, so we need to differentiate this. Okay. So to differentiate the actors and the use cases, we will be going to set one boundary. Okay, that is called the system boundary. So this system boundary, it will be going to be differentiate like the actors and the system. Okay, so the actors will be going to be outside of the system boundary. It will be going to be shown in a rectangle shaped box, and the use cases will be going to be displayed inside the system boundary. So it will be going to be represented rectangle box. Okay, rectangle shaped box. Okay, so inside the box, we will be going to represent this use cases, and outside the box, actors will be going to be represented. Okay, so you got right. So what are the things are, and coming to this relationships. Okay, so let's consider about these relationships. So in these relationships, we are having like these types, right? So include, extend, generalization, and communication lines. So here, so this use cases are like we are having essential use case and supporting use cases, right? So we will be going to be show some relationship between this essential use case and the supporting use case. So for that purpose, we will be going to show we will be going to use include relationship, extend relationship, or else generalized relationships. And coming to this actors and the essential use case, so here we will be going to show the relationship between these actors and the essential use case. So here we will be going to use some communication lines. Okay, and for this essential use case and supporting use case, we will be going to be show some relationship by using this include, extend, and generalization. So include means mandatory things, and extend means not a mandatory things. Okay, so include means it is like mandatory. Okay, and extend means it is a kind of not mandatory. Okay, and generalization means, so this will be either not a mandatory, it will be going to be like we can say it is like a neutral. Okay, so either it is like a mandatory, it will be not going to be mandatory. So for this I will be going to give some example. Okay, so for registration, okay, so you think, so I will be going to like represent like I just want to create one application. Okay, so for that application, so it is based on this e-commerce website. Okay, I'm creating one e-commerce website. Okay, so for that website, I just want to like give such features. Okay, only limited features will be going to be available over there. First of all, they need to register to my e-commerce, and then they will be going to log into that, and they can buy the products. Okay, whatever the products are mentioned in that application. Okay, so here we will be going to like use this extend and include where means, so for registration. Okay, so I will be going to give only three options. Okay, so one is like username, they need to enter their username, password, and the email. Okay, only these three things are mandatory. Definitely they need to enter their username, password, and mobile number. Okay, so this mandatory things are username, okay, and password and their email. So like the other two features also I will be going to mention. One is DOB, is date of birth, or else the other thing is like mobile number. If he wants to enter his mobile number, he can enter his mobile number. Okay, so why I am considering is as extend means, so these are not a mandatory things. Just these three things are enough to register to my application. Okay, so we will be going to show to the developers to make understand them. So these are mandatory. If they fill this only, then they will be going to be registered to my application. So let's consider for the login. Okay, so for the login, so we will be going to use this username and password. So if we are having this login, okay, so for login, there will be a username, right? And password, and other one is forget password. Okay, so can you please tell me what will be going to be include and what will be going to be extend? Yeah, people. For login, I just want for login. So I am giving three. Okay, so this is like essential use case, right? So as per your knowledge, this is essential use case. I am mentioning E, and these all are supporting use cases. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. You are understanding each and everything. So yes, people, this two R will be going to be includes. Okay, so this will be going to be considered as includes, and this forgot password, it will be going to be considered as extend. Okay, so you got right what is include, what is extend, what is this how we will be going to give the relationship. And now it comes to generalization. Okay, so here this generalization will be going to be mostly used for the payments one. Okay, like example I am explaining. So we are giving an option to the customer, like it is like an optional thing. So if we want to do that essential use case, if we want to complete that essential use case, then the user need to choose one option among the those option, whatever the options given by the database admin, or else the whatever the application owner. Okay, for example, let's think about this payment. So for the payment, we will be going to give UPI, okay, cash on delivery, and next is cards, right? So I'm giving this three option to that user for doing this payment. So here, what will be going to be essential use case and what are the supporting use cases? Can you tell me what is payment means? Yeah. So payment will be going to be essential, and these three are will be going to be considered as supporting use cases. So here, these three options will be going to be given by me to the user. So they need to choose among these three. So here we can use this as a generalization, because if he wants to complete this, if he wants to do the payment, he need to choose among these three. So we are not telling that choose either, like you need to choose definitely, and we will be not going to tell them this is not a mandatory one. So if we want to do that payment, if we want to complete the task, so for example, I open that Amazon, and I have log into that, and I just wants to buy this two or three products. So I will be going to buy, add to cart. I will be going to when it comes to payment one, so I don't have money at that moment, I will be going to back, right? So it is, if it is, if I want to do that payment, definitely I need to choose any one among these three. So in this situation, we will be going to use this generalization. Okay, so this is what about the relationships, and this is what about the use case diagram. So these are the components like actors, okay, and system boundary, and the use case, and relations. Okay, so these are the components are there in the use case diagram. Okay, so now you got what is use case diagram, right, all the people, and let's come to this activity diagram. So this activity diagram is also one of the use case, sorry, UML diagram. It will be going to be show the system flow. Okay, so it will be going to show the system flow. It is a UML diagram which represent the system workflow. Okay, how the system will be going to be work, how the system need to work, we will be going to show, and this will be going to be considered as like system perspective. Okay, so here this use case diagram is a user perspective, and here this activity diagram, it will be going to be considered as a system perspective. Okay, and we will be going to show the system workflow, right? So yeah, Srinath, we will be going to draw the sample diagram also. Don't worry about that. Okay. So don't worry about that. We will be going to use that tool also. Okay. So coming to this use case diagram, it will be going to represent how the user will be going to be interacting with the system. But when it comes to activity diagram, we will be going to show the system workflow. The system workflow means, for example, so if you want to complete the registration process, so here what you will be going to do means for registration, first you will be going to enter the username, right? And password and your details like email and mobile number, okay? And then there will be a button called register. So when you click on this button register, you will be going to be registering to that application, right? So this flow we need to show to the user. Okay, so this flow we need to show the developers team, like to make understand that the user need to know about this. So for example, here when you open any application, for example, let's think about the other application for uh, what we'll be going to have. Yeah, you will be going to consider this Instagram. So when you enter this Instagram, okay, so create new account means it will be going to ask about your mobile number or else email and password and date of birth, your full name and any username. And if you click on the submit button, then only we will be going to register to that, right? So this flow should be shown to the user. So when when he clicks on this submit button, then only it will be going to be like registered to that Instagram. So this flow should be shown. Okay. So here we will be going to use some components in the activity diagram. Okay. So the components like activity diagram is uh, are first we will be going to use start node. First we will be going to start. So the start node will be going to becomes, and then activity, what activity we are doing, and then next is like control flows. Okay, control flows. So this control flows will be going to be represent the flow like lines. Okay, and next is about fork and join and branch and merge. Okay, and next will be going to be some decision box, and the next thing is about guard conditions. Okay, so this decision box and guard conditions are both are like interlinked. So we'll be going to consider decision box guard conditions. Okay, so here we will be going to see Srinath, you just wait for my explanation. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can write down in a book and you can ask in the doubt last of the session. Okay, so that button and radio button, all the things I will be going to explain in it in detail when we are using the MS Visio application. Okay, so if you are having, if you know those things, like try to keep whatever the things you know, you just leave it, and whatever the things you are now you need to learn or you don't know, you just listen to the class. You will be going to understand each and everything. Okay, so coming to the start node, sorry, the last will be going to be end node. Okay, so coming to the start node, we will be going to start with the start node. It will be going to be like a circle. Okay, so the circle shape will it will be going to be displayed, and the activities, it will be going to be rounded rectangle box. Okay, and control flows, these are the lines. Okay, and coming to this fork and join, so it will be going to be available with lines I will be going to show. And coming to this branch and merge, we will be going to use like rhombus shaped or else diamond shaped boxes. Okay, and this decision box will be also diamond shaped boxes. Okay, and the end node will be going to be considered as a circle. So the same thing will be going to be here and here. So that the difference you will be going to find in the MS Visio. Okay, so let's start with this MS Visio. Okay, so in this MS Visio, we will be going to have this UML model. So in this UML model, okay, so you will be going to have activity, collaboration, and all those things. But as a BA, we will be going to use case and activity diagrams, right? So first I will be going to show you the components which we will be going to use. Okay, so let's start with the use case diagram. So the system boundary, this will be going to be known as a system boundary, and here we will be going to draw the system flow. Okay, and coming to this use cases, so this use cases will be going to be mentioned here, and the actors, so the actors will be going to be represented in this way. Okay, and for this use case, essential use case and supporting use cases will be going to be there, right? So this use cases will be going to be considered in this way. So this will be going to be considered as a use case, and these all are like supporting use cases. Okay, so coming to this communication lines. Okay, so we will be going to use this communication lines to the actor. See, Prashant, no one is telling about the noise, and you are the one who you are the one who is telling about the noise. So please check in your mobile. Okay, I think from your end something is default, because I got only one request from your side is like some noise is there. But there is a quiet place. I am sitting in one room and I am explaining all these things. Okay. And coming to this, we need to give some relationship, right? So here you can see this extend. So this extends will be going to be represented in the upward direction. Okay, so the extend will be going to be represent in the upward direction. And coming to this include, there will be no include in this whatever the components. So we can consider this uses as include. Okay, so this uses will be going to be include, and this will be going to be represented downwards. Okay, so please look into this arrows. Okay, the uses will be going to be downward and the include will be going to be upward. And coming to this generalization, I will be going to explain the generalization later on when we are going with this payment section. Okay. So let's start this whatever the diagrams like use case diagram. So I will be going to show you about this use case diagram in a clear way. So what we will be going to do. So let's consider. Okay. Let's consider about our like whatever the e-commerce website. Okay. Let's consider a e-commerce website. So I will be going to name this e-commerce website. So for this class, just a moment. The person who joined in this class is like MJ something. She came with that MJ, he or she, I don't know. Sorry. So we will be going to mention this MJ, okay? MJ Mart, okay? So this MJ Mart will be going to be our name, okay? So let's consider this MJ Mart. This is an e-commerce website. So this in this, I just want to give like the user should register to my application and then he can log in and then we can buy the products. Okay, so let's like in detailed version I will be going to explain you. And like you think that you are a developer. Okay, now I am drawing in front of you this use case diagram, so you should also involve in this. Okay, so let's consider this use case, the first use case. So I will be going to mention this first use case. So when you double click on this, so this is a drag and drop. Okay, so all of you know this, we can drag it and drop it here. Okay, so when you double click on this, you will be going to get and you can rename this. Okay, so I will be going to mention this as register. Okay, so the register, so for this registration I'm giving 4 to 5 options to that user. So one is like username, and the other name is other one is like a password. Okay, and this one it will be going to be considered as email. And I just want to give another use case also. So this will be going to be considered as mobile number. Okay, so this mobile number and username and password and email, they need to fill out this all the things. Okay, then only they can register to that application. So here I will be going to give what I need to give. Can you explain for this supporting use cases? So there are 58 members and only 3 to 4 members are like answering every time. Yeah, Dheeraj, Srinath, Ankit, Srinath, that is not exclude. Okay, so here we will be going to make mandatory things, right? So I'm, yeah, those are not extend. Okay, so these all are mandatory things that will be going to be considered as include. So when it is include, then we will be going to be mentioned as this uses here. Okay, and we will be going to give the relationship as include to each and every supporting use case and the essential use case. Okay, okay, so here these all are mandatory, right? Username, password, and mobile number and email. So here we will be going to queue for the registration for see Srinath. So mandatory is include, okay, not mandatory is known as extend. And here we will be going to show this include and extend to represent the relationship in between the essential use case and the supporting use case. Okay, these all are known as supporting use case, and this will be going to be essential use case. Okay. See, man, email is supporting use case. Okay. So till now, I have explained in detail, right? What are essential and what are supporting. Okay. So after registration, okay. So this actor will be going to be known as user. Okay. So this actor will be going to be initiate the task, right? So now I will be going to be consider the secondary actor, the one who will be going to be support. So who will be going to be support means here I will be going to mention this supporting actor as DB admin. Okay. Database admin will be going to be support to complete this task. So the user he will be going to initiate the task and for the registration purpose, and DB admin, database admin, he will be going to be like support to complete this task. Okay. So you can use many more features. For example, if you want to color to this, you can color in this way. Okay. Whatever the color you can select, you can color according to that. Okay. So to represent that registration is like a essential use case, and these all are the supporting use cases. Okay. So you can use those kind of things also, right? And coming to this, next thing is about login. Okay. Let's consider this login. Okay. So for this login, there will be only three items like username, password, and forgot password mostly. So I want to give only these three things. Okay. So one is like username, and the other one is like password, and this one will be going to be forget password. Okay. So for this supporting use cases, what are the include and what are the extend? So what are the include one, what are the extend one? Please mention. Yeah, Ajay. So Ajay, you are like doing good. Okay. So username and password will be going to be considered as include, and the remaining one is extend. Okay. So thanks for responding all the people, Rupa, Santosh and Krishna, Rohit. So if the people who will be going to involve, they will only get the knowledge. Okay. And Uma and Vaishali, all the people, thank you. So here we will be going to be consider this forgot password as extend. Okay. And coming to this username and password will be going to be considered as include. Okay. So here the user. Okay. So when you are mentioning about this communication lines from, see, Naman, if you have any doubts, okay, your chat is visible. Okay. That is the reason I am responding to everyone. Okay. So here you will be going to be considering, you will be going to give the relationship from the hand of the user only. Okay. Every time you need to drag this line from the hand of the user. So for this, here you can see it came in between this supporting use case. So I just want to clearly mention, for that purpose, when you click on this right side, okay, from like the mouse right click, when you click on that, you will be going to get this right angular connector. When you select this option, it will be going to be considered in this way. It will be going to be changed in this way. Okay, so like that you will be going to like represent this communication line to the user and the essential use case. Okay, so this user will be going to be like initiating this login, and this DB admin will be going to be supporting to complete this. Okay, so this is how the registration and login is completed. So after login, so I will be like displayed some products. Okay, so these products will be going to be mentioned as product catalog. Okay, product catalog. So in this product catalog, yeah, so in this product catalog, I will be going to give the user to search the products. Okay, and to filter the products. Okay, so one is search the products. Okay, you can search, or else you can filter the products, or you can add to cart the products. Okay, so these three options I have given. So let's consider, so I am the user. So I opened this and I log into my whatever the application, and I just saw this products, and I have logged out from that application. So whether I have reached this search filter or add to cart, no, right? So here what we can consider. So what relationship we can give? Yeah, Kirti Sharma. Yeah, all will be going to be extend, and Bharat also. Bharat add to cart is extend. No, so Kirti, yeah, you are right. So this will be going to be extend. Okay. So all these three will be going to be extend, because we will be not going to be like use any three of three like any one of three these options. Like we are telling to user just to log in and register to our application. Later on, if you want to buy, you can buy, or else if you don't want, you can. So if we enter to the product catalog, just it will be going to be like he can search, or else he can filter, or else he can add to cart, right? So it is like his or her wish. So he will be going to search for the product, but he will be not going to add to the cart, right? So there is no like mandatory things we are giving to the user that do these kind of things or do that kind of things. Okay, so here the user will be going to be initiating the work, so I am considering this product catalog. Okay, so I am giving the relationship communication line, and in the same way here also for this DB admin will be going to be support to complete the task. Okay, and let's consider. Okay, so you think, yeah, like I have searched for the products and filtered the products, or else like I have added to the cart. Okay, so let's consider after this product catalog. So if I liked one product, so what I will be going to do? So I will be going to be add to the cart, right? So first of all, I will be going to add to the cart. So I am giving a essential use case add to cart. Okay, so in this add to cart, so I will be going to be considering, I'm giving this three options. One is favorite, so you can mention the favorite ones, or else he will be going to be like buy now. Okay, he just want to buy, he can buy, or else he will be going to be just added to guy buy later option. Okay, so he can add to this favorites, or else if he want to buy instantly he can buy, or else buy later option, so he can directly buy after like few days or any other days. So I am giving this three option to the user. So here also in the same way we will be going to use all extend. Yeah, Bharat, all the extend, yes, good. So all extend will be going to be mentioned here. So thank you people for responding. So all the extents will be going to be given here. Okay. So if I add it to the cart, so the next thing what I will be going to do, if I click on the buy now. Okay. So I need to do the payment for that, right? So let's consider the payment for the next essential use case. Okay. So the next essential use case is payment. So this payment, so for this payment, what are the options we'll be going to give means UPI, cash on delivery, and cards. Okay, so UPI, COD, and cards. Okay, so we are giving this three options here for the user. So here I will be going to be use the extend. Okay, so here extend will be going to be taken, but this payment, like previously I mentioned as generalization, right? So we don't have any generalization here. So for making this extend as a generalization, we will be going to double click on this, and here you can see the stereotype. So if you click on this blank one, so it will be going to be considered as a generalization. Okay, so in the same way we will be going to do for all the things. Okay, so I will be going to be change the stereotype into blank. Okay, yeah, login and product catalog, there will be no relationship. Every essential use case will be going to be support, like have a separate one. Okay, and why we have added to cart again? What is this again as separate use? Oh, again, okay. So this why we have added means the separate one. If we have done, if we have entered add to cart, so what is the flow? Okay, so here we will be going to enter our details here itself. Why we are entering these details? To support this, right? In the same way, this will be going to be support act like a supporting use case here in the product catalog. But when it comes to when we click on this, we will be going to mention about the favorite and all the things. So I'm like considering only few use cases, okay, to make you understand. So if you click on this filter, so it will be going to we can filter by location. For this also you can write the separate use cases. Okay, so to make understand you people, it make it in a simple way, I am like mentioning only few things. Okay, so here we have used generalization. How we have used this generalization means uh Abhinav, so just you take this extend, double click on this. Here you can see this extend, right? This sorry, stereotype, right? Here it is mentioned as extend. you change it as into blank one. So it will be going to be considered as generalization. Okay. So after the payment, so you need to get the order details, right? So this order details, so in this order details, I will be going to send to your mobile number and your email. Why? Because we are giving optional thing in the payment one. When it comes to add to cart, he will be, if he want to complete the payment one, he need to choose any of these three. Here we will be not, he will be not going to choose any among these three. Directly he can buy, right? Directly he can choose like he will be going to selecting add to cart, and he will be going to out of that, and he will be going to like later on he can buy, or he can buy at that moment itself. So that is the reason we are not considering these things are like as a generalization. When it comes to payment, so if this use case should be completed, then these three should be like considered as generalization. He need to choose any one among these three. Okay. So here in order details, I will be going to give SMS. Through the SMS, you will be going to get for your mobile number, and here like email, a mail will be going to be sent to your email ID, which you have given to that DB admin. Okay. So here, yes, man, like Bharat, these two are include only. Okay. So these two are mandatory things. Definitely we need to do. So that is the reason it will be going to be mentioned as include. So for this payment, the user will be going to be initiated. Okay. So I am considering the payment, and for the payment, like we have mentioned UPI and cards, right? And COD. So this actor will be going to be changed as payment gateway. Okay. So payment gateway means like we can consider Phone Pay, Google Pay, whatever it is, like third party resources will be going to be known as payment gateway. Okay, he will be going to be take responsible to complete the payment one. Yeah, yeah, Divya. You just raise your doubt here. I will be going to explain in between. And for the order details also, I will be going to change the actor. So this delivery people will be going to be there, right? So the delivery one who will be going to be responsible for all these delivery activities. So for home delivery, he will be going to take care by sending this SMS and email, and he will also get this SMS and email. So he will be going to be considered for the secondary actor. And for user only we will be going to send, right? So we will be going to give a relationship for the user. Okay, so this is how we will be going to draw the use case diagram. So the user, he will be going to be register and then log in, and then product catalog, he will, after login, he will be going to enter into the product catalog. See, Naman, there is a huge difference. Okay, include means mandatory he need to enter, or else mandatory he need to do. Whereas for the generalization, we are giving an option to him, but he need to do that. Okay, we are giving an option, but to complete this payment one, definitely you need to choose any one among these three. But here we are not considering like that. He need to definitely enter his username and password. Then only he can log into that. Yeah, generalization used in the payment one. Yeah, secondary actor only, Anish. Payment gateway is also considered a secondary actor. Okay, so after product catalog, he will be going to add to the cart, and then he will be going to buy a payment, like he will be going to buy that product, and he will be going to do that payment, he will be going to get the order details. So like this, we will be going to make understand to the development team. So if you want to draw in detail, you can draw in detail for each and everything. For example, here you can see the filter. For the filter also, there you can describe the other essential use case, and you can mention about which filter he need to choose. That will be going to be considered as extend. Okay. So this is how we will be going to draw the use case diagram to make understand to the development team. And coming to this next one, so we will be going to draw another page. Okay. So in another page, we'll be going to draw this activity diagram. Okay. So here you can see this activity diagram. So what are the things we need to have, like use means like what are the components are there means this is like initial state. So we'll be going to call this as a start node, and this is action state. Okay. So it is like rounded rectangle shape, and this control flows will be going to be used to show the relationship in between these two, like action states. Okay. And this will be going to be considered as fork. Okay. So here you can see how the fork will be going to be displayed, and the join how it will be going to be displayed. Here you can see. So this will be going to be used, and the diamond shape is used for decision box. Like here you can see the decision box, right? So diamond shape will be going to be used for the decision box, and the other thing is like for the branch and merge also. And at the end, we will be going to use the final state. Okay. And this control flows will be going to be used to show the flow. Okay. So these are the things will be going to be used. These are the components will be going to be used in the activity diagram. So first I will be going to show you about these diagrams. Okay. So like I will be going to consider like a normal flow for you, what how it will be going to be described. So I will be going to start with the start node. Okay. And I will be going to consider this registration process. Okay. So register. See, Naman, we will be not going to explain by using draw.io. Sorry, we will be going to use this tool only. If you want to learn, if you want to know about draw.io, same things, same components will be going to be used. Okay, most of the people here they will be going to use MS Visio. We will be going to show this in the MS Visio. So later on, you can by using this draw.io, you can practice. Okay, don't worry. Same things will be going to be there in there also. Okay. Yeah. So registration, for registration we'll be going to have the username, right? And the other action state will be he will be going to enter the password, and next later on email, and here mobile number. Okay. So I just want to show the flow. Okay. So for registration, how it will be going to be. Okay. And end, it will be going to be a final state. So we need to show to that developer, right, in a good way. So we'll be going to be consider this, and we'll be going to give the control flows to register. So when the user starts, when he enter into that register, he will be going to enter username, and then the password will be going to be entered by the user, and then he need to enter his email ID. Okay. So after that email ID, you need to enter the mobile number. So after entering all the details, the registration part will be going to be completed. So that is the reason we will be going to show as a final step. Okay, so this is a normal flow. We'll be going to show to the developers team that this for this registration process, it will be going to be considered in this way. So for now, okay, for this is a normal flow which have used for you people to make understand. Okay, so later on the next page, I will be going to mention about I will be going to show about the decision box, how it will be going to be used. So here I will be going to start with this initial state, and the action is about login. Okay, we'll be going to be consider this login. So for this login, he need to enter the credentials like username and the password, right? So I am mentioning about username and the password, and here password. Okay, so I will be going to mention this control flows to show the flow of this login. Okay, so after username, he will be going to be entering this password, and here we can use the decision. Okay, so how we will be going to use this decision means, so if we enter the right credentials, okay, if the user enter the right credentials, then he will be going to be login successfully. Okay, for decision makings, we will be going to use this decision box. Okay, so if he enter right credentials, he will be going to be login successfully. Okay, so he will be going to be login successfully if he entered right credentials. Okay, and the flow will be going to be ended by this final state. Okay, so now you will be going to get the doubt like if the user is not entering the correct credentials, so again he will be going to redirect to that login page, right? So now you need to get the doubt. So what is the flow? It means like how the developers will be going to know about this. Like if we enter the right credentials or wrong credentials means here we will be going to show the guard conditions. So to show the guard conditions, here you can see this flow right after diamond shape. Like after this, here you will be going to show the guard condition. When you double click on this flow, you here you can see this guard, right? You just click on this guard, you will be going to get enter, like you will be going to get an entry box, like can enter whatever the things you need. So if it is valid, okay, so click on OK. So if it is valid, so it will be going to be logged in successfully. So if it is not valid, for this not valid, we are showing this, right? So you just double click on this, enter the guard condition as invalid. Okay, so it will be going to show as invalid. Yeah, whatever it is, Santosh. So it is like uh, username or password, whatever it is, like credentials are entered success correctly, then he will be going to be successfully completed the login, and he can enter to that login the page, next page. If we did not enter, then it will be going to be redirect. So for this redirection, you can take this control flow. Okay, you can drag to this login directly. Okay, and you right click on this mouse, and here you can see right angle connector. So this if you drag this one like this, it will be going to be considered the line. Okay, so like whatever the doubts you are having, you just we will be going to discuss it later. Okay, so coming to this next one, I will be going to show you about how to use this fork and join. Okay, so let's consider this. Start with the initial state, and now the fork and join how we will be going to use means, like for example, we will be going to take this order details. Okay, so for this order details, we will be going to be consider this fork firstly. Okay, so how this fork is used and why is used means, so all of you know about the spoon, the fork spoon, right? So it will be going to be consisting of these three sticks, right? So this three sticks, it will be going to be like the whatever the height of the three sticks, it will be going to be same as, like when we want to pluck any fruit, so directly we will be going to that when we use that fork, so it will be the three sticks will be going to be entered parallelly into that fruit, and then it will be going to be plucked and we can eat, right? So here also in the same way, when the flow, okay, when the work is done parallelly, both the works are done parallelly, then it will be going to be considered as a fork and join. Okay, so that is the reason we'll be going to be mentioning here this, using this fork and join for the order details, because so when it considered comes to use case diagram, when we have drawn the order details, the it will be going to be sent SMS and mail, right? So this both the things will be going to be done parallelly. So when the payment is successfully done, the order details and the SMS will be going to be like sent to your mobile number as a SMS, and for your mail ID, like email ID through an email, right? So we will be going to show that flow here. So the SMS and the email, okay, and this will be going to be SMS. So here you can see how these control flows are there, like for the fork. So in the same way, I will be going to show this control flows as it is, it displayed over there. Okay, and this control flow also is okay. So now this both the things will be going to be joined at one place. Okay, so why we are joining at one place means, the both the things will be going to be sent by to this only one user, right? So the SMS and email, it should be sent to one user only. So if I ordered any food or any like product, so SMS if I got, the email will be going to be sent to me only, not to the other person, right? So in the same way, like we will be going to join at one place, so the whatever the things are joined here. Okay, so we will be going to join, and here one action state will be going to be mentioned. This action state, it will be going to be considered as sent to user. Okay, and the flow will be going to be ended here itself. Okay, so this flow will be going to be mentioned in this way. Okay, and okay, so this is how we'll be going to use this fork and join. Okay, and next one, I will be going to explain about the branch and merge. Okay, so coming to this branch and merge, I will be going to take an example of this payment one, because so here why I am using this branch and merge means, so this payment one, we are giving an optional thing, we are branching. So for a tree, there are so many branches, and for every branch, if there is like a fruit, we will be going to pluck that fruit for that branch only. So let's consider this payment one. Okay, for this payment, we are giving three options, like three branches. So the user will be going to choose any among like any one among those in the tree, right? So in the same way, like we will be going to like consider this branch, and at one place we will be going to merge, right? So the first thing is about payment one. Okay, And what action will be going to do means will be going to be considered as decision box. Okay, so this decision box for payment, we are giving three options. Okay, so the three options are nothing but one is cash on delivery and UPI COD. Okay, and cards. So we will be going to show the flow of this branch in this way. Okay, so you can use this right angular connector. Okay, for this. Okay, and the user will be going to be choose only one option among these three. So let's consider it will be going to be branched at one place. So he can choose any one among these three, right? So either it will be going to be COD, or else it will be going to be card, or else it will be going to be UPI. Okay. Object flow connector will be not going to be used in this, just it can be used in different cases. Okay, so for example, object flow is like not a component, like previously they are using. In modern days they are not using this object flows, so it is not required. So like for now it is not mentioned in any flows. Like previously they used to show in this like when we are using these objects. Okay, so like in this flow also they can use, but nowadays all the people are considering the control flows only. Okay, yeah, swim line is the different thing. So the if we have done like four activity diagrams, right? So these four activity diagrams, if we displayed at one place, then it will be going to be a swim lane. Okay, so let's consider this will be going to be like merged at one place, and we can mention it as successfully done. Okay, payment successfully done. Okay, and the final state will be going to be ended. So if you want to show this flow in a different way also, you can show how means. So let's consider. Okay, let's consider this as a decision box. Okay, so I will be going to make the difference between the decision box and this branch and merge. Okay, so let's consider this as a decision box. If the payment is done successfully, okay, if the payment is done successfully, okay, so you will be going to get payment successfully done. If he did not done the payment successfully, then again he will be going to redirect to the same page here, this payment page, and again you need to start the process. Okay, so this will be going to be applied a guard condition, like payment is yes. Okay, let's consider yes. Okay, here payment is not done successfully, not done, then it will be going to be displayed not as not. Okay, so the here when we are considering, like when we are giving any guard condition after this decision box or else to this decision box, like diamond shape box, we will be going to be considered as a decision box. If we are not using any guard conditions to the diamond shape box, then it will be going to be considered as either branch or else merge. Okay, so these are the components will be going to be used for the activity diagrams, and this is how we will be going to show the flow. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you just ask me. Later on, we'll be going to discuss about Balsamiq and Azure also. So if doubts are cleared, then we will be going to move forward for the Balsamiq and Azure. Okay, so now we have learned about the UML diagrams. No, Arthi. Branch and merge and fork and join is totally different. So here in the he, we are giving an option. Okay, this flow is showing the options we are giving, and it will be going to merge at one place. Okay, so the for payment, the user chosen this UPI, it will be going to be considered if we done like if we done, then it will be going to be mentioned as successfully the payment is completed, right? So we are giving if he chooses this cards, okay, if he chooses this cards, so let's consider this two will be not going to be considered UPI and COD. These cards will be going to be considered. If he done payment successfully, then he will be going to get payment successfully done, right? So when it comes to fork and join, so this will be going to be done mandatory. SMS and email, the user will be going to get the order details mandatory when he done this payment one. Okay, when he done payment successfully, he need to get this both the things. Yeah, same diamond shape box only you need to use for 4 or 5, whatever it is. Okay, so mandatory and optional difference means mandatory is like compulsory. User should get SMS and email when he completed the payment successfully. The order details should be sent to this mobile number or and his email ID. Okay, so optional means we are giving an options to the user where he will be going to choose one option among these three. Okay, so let's take 8 minutes of break. Okay, so at 4:50 again, you just come back. Okay, we will be going to start this Balsamiq and Azure. Yeah, Anshul. Yeah, this is enough. When you get into real time world, these components only you will be going to use. So according to your knowledge, okay, according to your practice, you will be going to do the flows and to make understand to the development team where we need to use, when we need to use. Now you know, and about like according to your project, you need to draw the use case and activity diagram. So these things also will be going to be done in the nurturing stages. You don't worry about that. In the capstone products, you will be going to know about all these things. Okay. Okay, 4:50 I will be going to start again this thing. Okay, so let's take some breaks. Some people are asking about break. Yeah, how we use this tool in professional way means we need to use to make understand to the development team. That is the main agenda we are learning these tools professionally when they are asking to make understand to the development team. So like for example, now I am not explaining directly, I shared one PPT for you and you learn this and you learn about all the MS Visio and draw one MS like use case and activity diagram means will you do that? It is not possible, right? So first we need to make you understand, then you will be going to try, right? In the same way we will be going to do the same thing to the developers, that we will be going to show these are the requirements, given by the client, and these are the things you need to do. No, 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 Krishna. They will be not going to be shared anything. Yes, yes, Mridul. This is enough. Like you have like objective exam Azure, MS Visio, and Balsamiq, right? So this, if you learn this, you can, if you listen to this session, that is enough. There you can clear that exam. Okay. Any more doubts you can ask. So we'll be going to be start at 4:50 this Balsamiq and Azure. I think only few people are responding here. Like remaining people are not responding. Just they are listening to this class, or like I'm not understanding whether they are understanding or not. So please respond. And if you have any doubts, you can ask the doubts. If you don't have any doubts, like you can mention that I don't have any doubts, because I can feel happy there if there will be no doubts from your side. Yeah, in interviews they might be ask you. Yeah, Anshul, like you attend for the DCS, so there you can clear the doubts. Okay. Yeah, remaining people like they don't have any doubts. So Shivani and Sahil, Rutuja. So these people are not mentioning any doubts. Pooja Yadav, Pooja Patil, Pavan, Mayuri something, and Monia. Yeah, Monia. Yeah, you are the one you have started, right? Yeah, you have joined. Your name only. This Monia. Monia Jagwe. So Monia Jagwe. So she is the one who joined first. Yeah, it will be going to be available in the YouTube. Yeah, other people like Chaitanya, Srishti, Srinadis consistently is giving answers. And Nisha, Ajay Mishra, Ajit's iPhone, Anshul, okay, Anshul is giving. Ayushi, Bhakti, Alagu Balaji. Yeah, people. So, and this Jyoti, Monish, Mohanish, Mote and Constraint, Note and Constraint. Where it is Note and Constraint. Okay, this note. Yeah, see, this note will be going to be used when like you are mentioning any like particular thing. Okay, so you can add the text to this. Okay, you can add any text, like any documentation. If you are mentioning, for example, is this is a document. Okay, so the flow is nothing but, for example, let's consider the COEPD. So in the document section, you will be going to get the all the documents, like 30, around 40 documents, right? So for, to showcase that that is a document, so you can use this. Okay. Yeah, it is like kind of same only. We'll be going to be use only this control flows. Yeah, these all are not required for you. Signal send and constraint and signal receipt. So these are, nowadays we are not using any of these things. Just we are using this decision control flows and for can join those things only. You can you can use Uma. Nirupama, right? This is NIP. Oh, okay, let's start the next topic, Balsamiq. Okay, and Azure. So here we have mentioned about wireframe, mockup, and prototype, right? So in the same way, we will be going to like consider this what is mean by wireframe and mockup and prototype, and which tool we will be going to be used. So first of all, wireframe. Okay. So wireframe, it is like a kind of visual representation. Okay. So visually, we will be going to represent to the developer about the UI, user interface of the application. Okay, so it is like a rough sketch. It is like a rough sketch. Will be going to be will be going to draw in with pen or pencil. Okay, so this is like a rough sketch we'll be going to draw with pen or pencil. Okay, and it is like a user interface. So how the user interface should looks like, we'll be going to draw by using pen or pencil, and this will be going to be draw by the BA only. Okay, and coming to this mockup. So coming to this mockup, it will be going to be, it is also same like wireframe, but we have some advanced features. We will be going to show some advanced features by using a tool called Balsamiq. Okay, so this will be going to be somewhat advanced, and we will be going to use this Balsamiq tool here. Okay, so this Balsamiq tool will be going to be used to draw the mockup. Okay, and here we'll be going to add some colors by adding some colors to it, and like navigating the pages from one page to another page. Okay, so here we will be BA will be going to be create by the help of UI and UX, like design people. So they will be going to take some help from the design people, and they will be going to create the mockup. Okay, and here for drawing the mockup, like for creating the mockup, we will be going to use this Balsamiq tool. Okay, and this Balsamiq tool will be going to have like lot of features, like lot of components will be going to be there in the Balsamiq, but it is like only only few things will be going to be considered in the like only few things will be going to be used for now when we are drawing that level, or else when we are creating that mockups. Okay, and coming to this prototype. So prototyping is like also the same like mockup. Okay, but this is more advanced than the mockup, where software development people will also include to create this. Okay, so the developers will be going to be also included to create this, and we will be going to show some advanced features like validating and navigations. Okay, so navigations to the next pages, and we can give the real-time experience to the client when he looks into this prototype. Okay, so this client, okay, when we are creating a prototype, for example, wireframe will be going to be draw like a sketch, and mockup it will be going to be like we'll be going to use this Balsamiq tool, and we'll be going to create one page. For example, this word, you think this Google only. Okay, so they have designed, when we click on this button, so it will be going to like consider this when we click on this button, it will be going to be considered that we are asking for a new tab, and it will be going to show the new tab, and we can search for any other things, right? So in the same way, like this word, when we have creating this word, so when we are creating this word, so here it will be going to be show, so these are the features are there. When we click on this file, it will be going to be show some things, right? So like this we will be going to show. Okay, but when we are in like clicking on any other things, when we are clicking on this insert, it will be going to show the options, right? So this real-time experience can be felt in the prototyping only. When it comes to mockup, just we will be going to show, okay, these like file should be there, and this edit will be going to be there, and view, insert, these are the features we are giving to the. So when we are went to the client, he will be going to be consider, so, and he will be going to make if he want any color change or any other changes, he will be going to be like ask for us, and we'll be going to do, and again we'll be going to send back to that client, and he will be going to be approved. Then we'll be going to show to the development team, this is how it should be looks like, and the developers will be going to be developed by looking into the this prototyping and mockups and wireframes. Okay, so now we will be going to be consider this Balsamiq. Okay, so coming to this Balsamiq, so this Balsamiq is very like it is like a low fidelity tool. Okay, so here we'll be going to have less features. Okay, like more components with less features. When it comes to prototyping, we are having less components and having more like features, like we can show some inputs, like we can give the inputs, and we can validate that input. So those things I will be going to explain in detail. Okay, so let's consider here. So I will be going to show some Balsamiq. Okay, first I will be going to show some practical things in the Balsamiq. Okay, let's consider the Balsamiq. So here you can see this will be going to be called as canvas, and these are the components will be going to be used in the Balsamiq. Okay, so if you want any component quickly, you can use this search bar. It will be going to be shown. Okay, so let's consider one name from you. So this Anshul. Okay, so let's consider Anshul. Okay, yeah, I think this Srishti, she asked like mention her name, so we'll be going to consider the Srishti only. Okay, so now I will be going to create one application. Okay, the Srishti. So first of all, I will be going to show some web application to the use like the client people. Okay, so I want a browser. So here itself you can see the browser, right? So or else if you want a browser, you can search here like a browser. Okay, so it will be going to be displayed when you click on this browser. So the browser will be going to be available here. Okay, so for this browser you can color, okay, whatever the color you need. So here we are having the options. Okay, so I am considering this green color, not a green. Okay, this color I am considering. So this is like a page. Okay, first page should be displayed to the user like registration. So here when you double click on this, it will be going to be shown in this way. So this will be going to be Srishti's, right? Srishti app slash register.com. Okay, so this is what the registration for the Srishti application. So here if you want to add any text to it, or else if you want to add any inputs to it, so you can use the buttons, and here you can use the text options. So you can use whatever the options, like if you want to add any text, you can add whatever the things you know you want, you can do it. So you can later on you can try each and every feature in this. So for now I will be going to showcase only few features which are required here. Okay, so let's consider here this is a registration page. Okay, so I will be going to use this some text here. So okay, so the some text here I will be going to mention as register. Okay, so this will be going to be considered as register. Okay, this is a registration page, and here you can rename this by clicking on this right click. So here you can see the rename, right? So click on this rename, and this will be going to be register. Okay, and now I need to give some text input boxes for the user, right? So in the same way here I will be going to see this text input boxes. So text input, you drag it and drop it here. So this will be going to be a username. Okay, and this will be going to be email. Okay, and the next one will be going to be a password. Okay, so this one I'm copying it and I'm pasting it here. Later on I can change it into mobile number. Okay, so these are the features I'm giving. Okay, so like these are the things, mandatory things they need to enter, and at last he need to click on the registration button for the registration. So here you can see the buttons, right? You click on these buttons, here you will be going to get the button, you drag it and drop it here. So this will be going to be register. Okay, so when you click on this register or else sign up, so we'll be going to mention as sign up. So this button, for this button you can add any color also. So here you can see background color, so you can add the color, whatever the color you want. And for this username, if you want to add any background color also, you can add that color. Okay, so let's consider this. Okay, so like this you can like use these colors. Okay, so according to that, whatever the client requirement, you can choose that colors. Okay, or else you can take the help of UI UX people, because like they will be going to know about which color it will be going to be suited, and all those things. Okay, so when he click on this, he will be going to get the registration, and the next page I am just duplicating this, so it will be going to be mentioned in this way. So here I will be going to be mention this as login. Okay, and here I don't need this email and this mobile number, so I am removing both the things, and the username and password will be going to be considered. So if you want to add any images for this login, okay, so you just click on this, and if you click on the image will be going to be displayed here. When you double click on this, so the images, whatever the images you are having, like icons or anything, it will be going to be displayed here. For example, I have few images, I think so. I will be going to, just a minute. I think I did not download it, sorry. So if you want to add any image, you can add any images here. Okay, so let's consider this. Yeah, so like this, you can add any images here. Okay, so in this way you can add any images. Okay, and yeah, Anshul, like only for understanding UI UX. So how this like we will be going to have the features, I will be going to explain later on. Okay, so we can add any image also in this way. Okay, and coming to the next page, okay, you can rename this page as login, because that is a login page. So rename that page as login, and next page will be going to be duplicated. I will be going to be duplicated this page. So this page will be going to be renamed as product catalog. Okay. So in this product catalog, I just want to mention about the products. Okay. And I will be going to be mentioning about what kind of products are there. Sorry, this one I will be going to mention this as login. And so here I will be going to display them few products like shirt, and the other one is pant. Yeah, Pooja, yeah, sign up will be going to be replaced. I have done it. So now it is like products, whatever the products I want to display, I will be going to displaying. So I will be going to mention about the shirts. Okay, this will be going to be considered as shirts, and this will be going to be pants. Like this is only for your understanding purpose. Okay, so this is only for the understanding purpose only. You can write whatever the name you want. So for now, to make you understand, I am using this kind of names. Okay, so you can use the brand names also. Okay, like Puma, like Adidas and all the things. Okay, so whatever the things like the shirts and pines and whatever the things he requires, he will be going to be like chosen. So how many shirts he required, so he will like we will be going to use this num stepper to decide the quantity of that shirt. Okay, so we can use this num stepper here, and here a subtitle will be going to be displayed as the price. Okay, I will be going to mention as a price this 500, the same thing. Okay, so the shirt will be going to be 500, and the pint will be going to be 800, and the shoes will be going to be like 1200 thousand. Okay, so this like this we can display about the prices. Okay, so this is a product catalog, so here the products will be going to be displayed, and you need to choose any one among these three, right? So like if you choose all these three, you can choose. So for that we will be going to mention this check boxes. Okay, buttons. So here you can see this checkbox, right? So you can use this checkbox Okay, so or else you can use this on off buttons, like if you want to choose you can choose like that. Okay, so for now I will be going to use this radio buttons. Okay, so if it is okay, you will be going to be chosen that one. Okay, okay, so in this way he will be going to choose whatever he requires, and this will be going to be considered as, I will be going to change this as add to cart. So after selecting whatever the products he needs, he will be going to choose add to cart. Okay, so the next page will be going to be duplicated, and this page it will be going to be considered as, so this will be going to be considered as add to cart page. Okay, so in this add to cart page, I just to show the difference, I'm choosing only the pants and the shoes. The shirts will be going to be not considered, so I am removing this shirts column. Okay, so this products, whatever the products pants are there, it will be going to be considered. Okay, so for example, these pants are there and shoes. Only this two things are mentioned. So here I will be going to change this add to cart as payment, like buy. Okay, so for buying these two products, you will be going to click on this payment, and he will be going to redirect to the next page. I will be going to duplicate this page. This will be going to be considered as payments. Okay, and here for payments I will be going to, oh, yeah, I will be going to remove this. Okay, so for this payment I will be going to use this check boxes. Okay, so this check boxes will be going to be displayed to him. He can choose any one among these three. So this will be going to be UPI. Okay, and this will be going to be considered as cards, and this will be going to be considered as COD. Okay, and at the end, so again I will be going to duplicate this page, and at the end he will be going to display it. Okay, so at the end he will be going to display about sorry, he will be going to display about the payment is successfully completed and the order details. So here I will be going to have the text inputs, right? So in the same way text area will be going to be there, and he will be going to get the order details. Okay, here he will be going to get the order details, whatever the order details are there. Okay, and if we want to go back to the payment page, okay, he can go back to the payment page, or else if we want to back to the menu, he will be going to back to the menu. So for that I am adding two buttons here. So here this will be going to be like back. Okay, back button, and here if we want to go to the menu, so here I am displaying the menu, so he will be going to go to that menu button. Okay, so I went to this so first I will be going to rename this. Okay, and this will be going to be order details. So here let's consider, so this will be going to be shown to the whatever the client. Okay, so for representing, like presenting this one, I will be going to choose this presentation button here. It will be going to be considered, it will be going to be shown in this way. Okay, so the user will be going to register for my application like Srishti application. So this in this Srishti application, we have username, email, password, and mobile number. The user need to enter all these things. And when he click on this sign up, he need to redirect to the next page. So when we click on this, it is not redirecting. So first we will be going to link the buttons to the pages. Okay. So for this button, for this sign up button, here there is a no link. Here you can see the links, right? There is a no link option is there, right? So you need to like click on this, and like after registration there will be a login button. So the page is named as login, so click on this login. So in the same way, when you go to this login, so this you can give the link to the product catalog. And for this product catalog, add to cart, it will be going to be add to cart. So when you give the links to each and every page, so it will be going to show the next pages. And after this payment, so when you are doing this payment, clicking on the payment, if you're done successfully, the order details will be going to be shown. And in this order details, if you want to go back, so you can mention here the payment one, and here for this menu, it will be going to be shown the product catalog. Okay, so these are the things I have shown. Whatever the buttons you want to use, you can use. There is no mandatory this button should be used, that button should be used. Okay. So here in the same way, now I'm representing. Okay. So for the client, now you are the people who are the client in front of me sitting. So I will be going to explain you for Srishti's application. So there is a registration page there. The user should be able, like he will be going to enter the username, email, password, and the mobile number. And when he click on the sign up, he will be going to sign up for that application. And here for the login page, he will be going to enter the username and the password. And if your credentials are okay, then he will be going to log into the next page. And if he needs like how many quantity the shades and pints, whatever it is, he can choose the quantity of, and he can select that, and he will be going to be like add to cart. So in the add to cart, again he will be going to confirming that what how much quantity he requires, like either 4 or 5 or 6, whatever it is, and he will be going to do the payment. So when he click on the payment, and he will be going to get an options, so he can choose any one option among these three, and he will be going to do the payment. So after doing the payment, the order details will be going to be displayed here. If he want to go back to this, he will be going to back, and he will be going to do the payment if it required. Or else if we want to go to the main menu, he will be going to click on the main menu, and again he will be going to display about the products. Okay, so this is how you will be going to be representing to the client, and client will be going to be understanding each and everything in this way. Okay, and the whatever the development people also, they can understand easily, okay, this is what we need to create, and these are the things we need to do. Okay, so this is what about the Balsamiq. So when you are trying this Balsamiq, you try to use some buttons like any other button, this button, whatever the buttons you want, you can use that buttons. Okay, so where if you want to change the things, you can rename here like file, and like menu. Okay, and this will be going to be considered as some profile. Okay, so it will be going to be displayed in this way, right? So this is how you will be going to display. Okay, first how you can practice means you need to install the tools like Balsamiq, Azure, and MS Visio. Okay, so now let's come to the Azure. Okay, so when it comes to Azure RP, the same features will be going to be there here also, but there will be some magic in this Azure RP. It feels like real time experience for you guys, like when you are using this Azure RP. Okay, so let's consider here. You can see these pages these are the pages will be going to be created, and these are the like components will be going to be used, like whatever the components are there, we can use that those components, like image headers and all those things. And here this is like widgets, Okay, we can call this as widgets, and we can like change the widgets like style and all the things. Okay, so like properties will be going to be displayed, and here the interactions will we can give, like we have given the links right here. Also we can give the links. So let's consider this Azure RP, how we will be going to create it. Okay, so now I will be going to create one same page. Okay, the same Srishti's application. So here there is no browser like that in that way. So we will be going to create some browser type kind of thing. Okay, so now I am using this text inputs. Okay, like we are having this text area in this. So let's consider this text area here. So this is what about the text area, and you can use this headers. Okay, so this is like a Srishti's application, right? So I am renaming this as Srishti app. Okay, and you can use the header too as registration page. Okay, register. And if you want to add color to this, here you can see the style. You just click on this, you can see the styles, and here you can add the color, whatever the color you need. So here there are so many colors we are looking into this. So I just want to add the color. So what color you need? Yeah, people. Anyone from you? What color I need to choose? I am very weak in these colors. Gray. Okay, let's try gray. Gray means this only, right? Yeah, thank you for responding. Yeah, gray means this only. Just confirm me that gray this or this. This is okay? Yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay. So, okay, one question raised that I think so. Like so many people like they will be not going to be like listen to this. So this Balsamiq is used for creating the mockups, and this Azure is used for creating the prototypes. Okay, so you just consider, and I will be going to update in the document also if not. So prototype, this will be going to be used by like Azure RP. Okay, so Azure RP will be going to be used tool, and Balsamiq tool here. Okay, so let's continue. So here in the same way we are having the text fields. So we can give this text fields like for registration in the same way. I will be going to give 4 to 5 text fields here for the user. Okay, so this will be going to be username. Okay, and this will be going to be a password, and this will be email, and this will be going to be mobile number. And here the user should need to get one button, right? So we are having two kind of buttons. One is HTML button, and the other one will be going to be button shape. So we will be going to use button shape because in this button shape we can use any kind of button shape. So when it is comes to HTML button, we can't use the button shapes. So let's consider only the button shape. Here you can see the button shape. So you drag it and drop it here, and you can choose whatever the button you need. Okay, so let's use this button, like it is looks like some different one. So I'm using this and I'm changing this into register. Okay, so you can add some color to the buttons also in the same way. Okay, so go to the style and add that color, whatever the color you want. Okay, and let's consider the same thing. Okay, in the page 2, that is for login. Okay, so like there we have done duplicate, right? Here also we can do the duplicate. Okay. So here also in the same way we'll be going to create the duplicates. Okay, and we can rename that. So this will be going to be renamed as login, and this will be going to be renamed as register. Sorry. Okay. So coming to this login page, here I don't require this email and mobile number. So I'm removing this, and this will be going to be considered as login. Okay. So this will be going to be a login page, and the next page will be going to be duplicated. Okay. So this will be going to be like product catalog. Okay. So here also we can add any image. If you want to add any image, here also we can add the image. So here you can see this image, right? You drag it and drop it here, and you can add your logo of your company or something else. Okay. So when it comes to like pictures, like last time I have added something apt online logo. Yeah. So I'm adding this logo. Okay. So in this way, you can add any images into this. Okay. So like this, you can add any images to that. And now for this product catalog, so the same thing I will be going to display here. Like I'm using the same text input boxes. So this login button will be going to be drag. I will be going to drag here. Okay. So here also I just want to name this as shirts. Okay. And here this will be going to be pants, and this will be going to be shoes. Okay. So for quantity, so I just want to use any other thing. Okay. So I will be going to use this drop list. Okay. So this drop list, I will be going to be use this drop list. So you can add many, click on this add many, you will be going to get the quantity. Okay. Like for example, I will be going to give 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 and 7 8 9. So this is the last quantity. Like at a time they can buy only like only 9 items, not more than that. So I have kept some limit to that. Okay. So this will be going to be quantity. Okay. And the whatever the thing, it should be displayed first over there, it should be selected here. Okay. You just click on this tick mark and you just click on the OK. So the quantity will be going to be displayed here. Okay. So in the same way, I'm just copying and pasting it here. Okay. So he can choose like here I am using the check boxes. Okay. So if you want to choose any options from here, you can use the check boxes. Okay. So I'm using this select button. Okay. So if you want to add any color to this also, you can add any colors. Okay. You can add any colors to this, and quality also you can add any color. Okay. Yeah, Ajay, we will be going to create that. Yeah, Shivani, you can add any image like this. You can add image in this way by choosing this image. So choose this image, double click on this. You can choose any images. Okay, from your system. So I have this image, so I have chosen this image. Okay. So this will be going to be renamed as product catalog. Okay. So the same thing I just want to duplicate. This will be going to be add to cart. So I will be going to change this at add to cart, add cart. So this will be going to be renamed as add to cart page. Okay. So in this page, I am showing that only sheds are chosen. The remaining part were not chosen. Okay. So I am removing this all the things, and only sheds, they have the sheds are chosen by the user. Okay. So here I just want to mention this as payment one. Okay. So the next thing is like about payment. So just I am duplicating this page, and this will be going to be payment one. And here for the payment, okay, I am choosing radio buttons. Okay. So here I am choosing this, like renaming this as UPI and cards. Yeah, yeah, Goel, you can choose. You can choose how many boxes you want, like for the quality or else any other things. Can add more boxes like quantity, quality, whatever it is. Okay, shading, colors, all the things. Okay, and the next thing is about cash on delivery. Okay, and at the end you need to get, so this one is payment, and at the end you need to get the order details. Okay, so I am just using some rectangle box here. Okay, so here he will be going to get order details. Okay, so he will be going to get order details. If you want to color to this also, you can color whatever the color you want. Okay. Okay, so if you want to go back to the payment one, so this will be going to be considered as back. Okay, in the same way. And if you want to go for that main menu, okay, so I'm using the button, menu button here. Okay, so you can go to that button, main menu button, right? So now I will be going to give the links. Okay, so for this so you will be going to consider like what are the things are there, the same things are explaining, right? So like I will be going to explain later on. So for this links, you just click on this button, create link, and select the login. In the same way, go to this login, create link, and product catalog. And for product catalog, add to cart, create link, and select the add to cart. And go to this add to cart and create a link to the payment. Go to the payment, create a link for the order details. This one I need to change. Okay. So here in this order details also we have two buttons, right? So one is menu. So it should be go to this product catalog, and for this back it should be go to the payment button, right? So now I will be going to display about this Azure. Okay, so this Azure is developed by using HTML and CSS. So it will be going to be redirect to the different website like Google or any Microsoft Edge or any other thing, and it will be going to display there. Okay, so let's consider here. So here you can see this button, right, preview. So when you click on this, it will be going to redirect to the next other page, some other page. So here it will be going to be displayed. And in this Balsamiq, when you are displaying this kind of things, so just we are displaying that username, entering email, and we need to enter password, we need to enter. But here in real time, when we are clicking on the preview, we can enter the name. Okay, username Vishnu and the password Vishnu123. Okay, and email vv.@gmail.com. Okay, like this. Phone number, we can enter the phone number. Okay, and when you click on this register, it will be going to redirect to the next page. And here you can see like Vishnu, we can enter, and the password in the same way we will be going to be entering, and login. So here for the quantity, we can choose whatever the quantity we need. Okay, like here you can choose the quantity, how much quantity it is required. And when we are using this select, we can tick this. If we are selecting the shirt, it will be going to be tick like this. Okay, so if we are deselecting, it will be going to be deselected. Okay, and click on this add to cart. So it will be going to redirect to this page and select the quantity. Okay, and do the payment. So for this payment, we need to select any one of among these three, right? So I will be going to selecting this UPI, and I will be going to proceed for the payment. If it is done, it will be going to get our order details. And if it is not done, or else if you want to go back, then we can go back. Okay, or else from here, if you want to go for the menu, we can go to directly to the menu. Okay, so for every time for login, so I need to remove this username. You can see, right? So I don't want to do this. I just want to like directly enter, but I need to display that this is only for the username. So here in the Azure, there is like we can consider that. Okay, and here you can see this username, right? You just click on this username and remove this, and here you can see the hint text. Okay, so here in the hint text, it will be going to be like we can enter username. Okay, so in the same way, you remove this password and enter the into text as a password. And if you want to, so if you want to add the type also, the text type, so the username anyhow it will be going to be text type only, and the for the password, so the type will be going to be password. So I am mentioning the type as a password. Okay, so let's preview this. So it will be going to be displayed as like this. So we can enter directly we can enter. Okay, and password also directly we can enter. But like when it comes to here, it is displayed in this way because we have chosen the text type as a password, so it will be not going to be visible. So when we click on this I button, it will be going to be visible. And how it is possible means, let's consider in register we have did not changed anything, right? So just a minute. Yeah, in register we did not change the text type, right? So if we are entering anything, so it is showing, right? So whatever we have entered, it is showing. When it comes to login button, so when we are entering anything, it is not showing. It is like invisible. So like this, we will be going to be like entering all the password, and the text also we can choose whatever it is. So let's consider this register. So go to this register. Okay, and here you add the hint to type text as username. Okay, and the text will be going to be text only. In the same way, remove this. Okay, and hint to text will be going to be password. And here remove this email, and you mention this type as email. Okay, and mention this email. Okay, and here in the mobile number, you remove this mobile number and give as a phone number. And here it will be going to be mentioned as number, or else M number. Okay, you just preview it. Okay, so when you want to enter anything in the mobile number, so it will be going to be considered the mobile number. Okay, and here in the email we can enter the email only, and for the password in the same way we can enter the password. Okay, so like this we will be going to be mentioning each and everything. Okay, so let's consider one thing. Let's do one thing. For example, here I will be going to enter Vishnu. Okay. And here I will be going to enter the Vishnu 123. Okay. So let's enter this and login. So it is login, right? So now I just want to give one condition to that. Okay. So I just want to give one condition to that. Okay. So go to this login page and here you have button, right? So for the buttons, we can give the conditions. Okay. So for giving the conditions here, you can see this case one, right? You just click on this case one, you will be going to get this. Okay. And you double click on this case one here, you will be going to have this, whatever the widgets or text on the widgets, all the things it will be going to be there. So before that, just a minute. Before that, you just write down this text field name as a username. Okay, here in the text field name, and for this password also in the same way, password. Okay, so now we will be going to write down one case. Okay, so here text on the widgets, right? This is for which one, like username. So let's consider username and it should be equal to, so this is like Christy. Okay, so I'm entering Srishti as a username and I want to add again, once again, the other thing is like password. Okay, so this will be going to be mentioned as password and this is like Srishti. Okay, or else s at the rate 1234. Okay, when you click on this OK, okay, when we are entering this Srishti and s at the rate 1234, then only it will be going to be login to the next page. So let's consider now. So this, okay, Srishti, and here s at the rate 1234. So when you click on this login button, okay, the spelling, just a minute, Srishti, Srishti, yeah. So it will be going to be entering into this. Okay, so let's consider the same thing. I will be going to enter Vishnu. Okay, and here Vishnu 123. So when I click on this login button, how many times it will be not going to be entered to the next page. Okay, when we are entering Srishti and this as s at the rate 1234 and click on login button, it will be going to be entered to the next page. Okay, so here in the order details, okay, so if you want to, like if I am entering into this menu button, so I need to add some color. Okay, I need to add some color here. So for that also we can add some color. So here you can see this order details, right? When click on this menu button and here you can see these tiles like mouse over. So when you click on this mouse over, like you need to add some color to that. So I am using this red color and click on this OK. So when we are previewing it, so when the mouse is moved to the menu, so it will be going to be, the red color will be going to be displayed here. So like that, we will be going to add some features to that, and this is what the difference between the Balsamiq and Azure. This is a real-time experience they can feel. We can add error message. No need of adding any error message on all those things. So directly it will be not going to be displayed. Okay, if the condition it is satisfied, then only it will be going to be added for the, like you will be going forward for the next page. If it is not, then it will be not going to be. Yeah, prototyping is used for Azure. Okay, so this is what about the Azure and the Balsamiq.